Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulihil Kareem. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We are continuing our episodes, and today again we'll discuss one of the du'as of the Prophet in the Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa ayyuba iz nada rabbahu anni massaniya durru wa anta arhamur rahimin. And Job, Ayub alayhi salam, when he cried out to his Lord, truly harm has afflicted me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. This dua of Ayub alayhi salam is mentioned in Surah Al-Anbiya. Prophet Ayub alayhi salam's story is told briefly in Quran. In one of the places where Allah mentions about Ibrahim in Surah Al-An'am, he says, from his, or that is Ibrahim's descendants, Dawood, Suleiman, and Ayub, and Yusuf, and Musa, and Harun. وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِهِ دَاوُودَ وَسُلَيْمَانَ وَأَيُّوبَ وَيُوسُفَ وَمُوسَى وَهَارُونَ. So Ayub alayhi salam was a descendant of Ibrahim alayhi salam. This much we know. He was very rich, but then he was put to trial with loss of his property, his family, and health. All friends and relatives left him. He was actually taken out of the town due to his skin disease. No one cared except his wife, who helped him in his destitute state. And in this extreme trial and difficult time, Prophet Ayub alayhi salam makes this dua that truly harm has afflicted me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. Inni masaniya durru wa anta arhamur rahimin. A similar ayah about Ayub alayhi salam comes in Surah Sa'd, where Allah mentions, he called out to his Lord, Shaitan has afflicted me with hardship and pain. Anni masaniya shaitanu bin nusbim wa azab. That's where Mufassirin say that this was a trial inflicted actually by Shaitan by Allah's permission. Because Shaitan wanted to show to Allah that this slave of his, Ayub, was thankful to Allah only in his good state. And he challenged that he won't be patient if he goes through hardship. But Prophet Ayub alayhi salam proves Shaitan wrong. He doesn't complain to Allah, he doesn't lose his patience, and in his very difficult trial, just mentions one thing: Allah is the most merciful. This is the prophetic way of asking Allah by invoking His most beautiful name, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, the one whose mercy encompasses everything. And because of his dua, Allah answers his prayers and tells him, as mentioned in the Quran, Urkud birajlik, stamp with your foot. Here is a cool water to wash with and to drink. Haza mughtasalun baridun wa sharab. So he washes his skin wounds and he heals. And Allah says, this is the way we answered him. فَاسْتَجَبْنَا لَهُ فَكَشَفْنَا مَا بِهِ مِنْ دُرٍّ, and lifted his suffering. وَآتَيْنَاهُ أَهْلَهُ وَمِثْلَهُمْ مَعَهُمْ رَحْمَةً مِنْ عِنْدِنَا وَذِكْرَى لِلْعَابِدِينَ, and we restored his family to him, and they are like with them, a mercy from us and a reminder for the worshippers. So Allah returns his ni'mat, his blessings to him more than he had before. Certainly, this is a reminder to believers, to us. Allah will test the believers more. As Prophet ﷺ said, reported by At-Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah, this hadith, that the people who are put to the severest trials are the prophets themselves, al-Anbiya, and then the righteous, as-Salihun, and then the likes of them. And the Prophet continues that a man is put to trial according to the strength of his faith. If he is strong in his faith, his trial is increased. Allah mentions in Surah Baqarah the same concept. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. Allah doesn't burden any soul beyond its capacity. We are put to trial according to our faith, our iman, and according to our capacity. And patience is advised by Allah when we face trials. With each trial and hardship, there is an ease, Allah says. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. With the trial, not after. We will be put to trials, that's a must. With the loss of wealth, family, health, Allah says in Surah Baqarah, we will certainly test you. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ. We will test you with some fear and hunger. وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ. And some loss of possessions, lives, and crops. وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. But give good news to the steadfast, the patient ones. And what is the quality of as-sabirin? The patient ones, they say what? الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُم مُّصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّ لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Those who, when a calamity afflicts them, they say, to Allah we belong, and to Him we will return. May Allah make us from as-sabirin. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.